Throughout the campaign year, all throughout the campaign season, on election night and when we had key polls and different debates that we wanted to analyze, one of our most insightful analysts that we brought in time and time again was Fordham University professor Christina Greer, and she joins us up here now.
Good
to see you.
Happy New Year to you all.
Absolutely. What are you expecting to hear in the speech from Bill DeBlasio today?
I think we'll hear a lot of hope, a lot of pragmatic optimism. I think it's very symbolic that it's New Year's Day, so I think he'll talk about the importance of starting a new but also continuing a legacy of what many would argue is a very successful 12 years under Mayor Bloomberg. So I think he'll give a nod to the past, but really sort of lay out a vision of how he's going to look at the next 4, hopefully 8 years.
As a social scientist, I know that you sort of see this question, same question we asked Professor Mollenhoff just a few minutes ago. Does this mayor or any mayor really have the tools to sort of move the needle when it comes to profound kind of institutional, long-standing relationships involving wealth and income in our city?
No, but I say that with a caveat, in the sense that financially and sort of limitations with power, the mayor does not necessarily have that reign. However, if a mayor is able to tap into the populace and really get the people behind him and sort of use the city as an instrument for good, in the sense, and that's a much larger social justice way of thinking about things, but if this is truly a progressive mayor, he'll really try and tap into wealthier New Yorkers, and also New Yorkers who have been a little disaffected and inactive as far as not just public and political life, but just the minutia, the day-to-day of how neighborhoods and cities operate, you know, helping one another, making sure that even if your children are in public school, making sure that you care about the state of education, tutoring, whatever it may be, small donations, large donations to organizations. So I think it's more of a ground-up way of thinking about things, and we can measure progress that way. But as far as a top-down elitist approach, we know that there are limitations across the country with every single level of public office.
As we've seen from the relatively slow pace of his appointments, he is moving slowly but surely. I imagine, though, he's going to hit the ground running from this point on. What do you envision will be his first 100 days? What is he get? Obviously, he's going to tackle the universal pre-K, but how do you see it moving along?
It's going to be difficult, right? I mean, financially, we're strapped. I think Mayor Bloomberg was able to do a lot of things behind the scenes, also with his personal fortune, to help keep the city sort of running in a way that, quite honestly, most New Yorkers have grown accustomed to. I think some growing pains with any administration. We've seen it with whether it's the Obamas, whether it's Mayor Bloomberg in his first 100 days, really making sure that people know actually how this city operates, keeping a continuation of the past, but also really trying to tweak things to make them work better. There are going to be some growing pains for sure. So obviously universal pre-K, I think he's got to talk to the unions and make sure that they're in a position where either he's going to ask them to wait or they're going to come to some sort of agreement where they can forge a path forward in the next few months, hopefully not the next few years. And I think really hopefully maintaining the energy that the city has right now for him and seeing how he can tap into those resources on a 5-borough level, neighborhood by neighborhood.
I know in a lot of your research, Professor, you've dealt with unions, with union members, with their politics, with their culture, with their background and so forth. Are they going to give Bill DeBlasio a break? I mean, because what they want is what they want, and what they need is what they need. And what they need is a lot of help and a very different attitude at City Hall at the very same time that study after study has shown that we're at a near crisis point when it comes to trying to figure out how to pay for pensions, health care, and other things.
Right, and if Detroit has shown us anything, this is a serious, crucial point. Well, I think, you know, hopefully union leaders will talk amongst themselves and give this mayor an opportunity to show them what he's actually about, right? He isn't Mayor Bloomberg. He isn't Mayor Giuliani as of yet. So hopefully those union leaders will at least give him an opportunity to sort of get his footing before he can move forward, just to make sure he's moving forward with the best interest of the entire city. We know that union leaders and union workers across the city have done great things for us, but just giving him an opportunity to sort of catch his breath just for a quick moment so they can come up with a strategy together.
All right. Fordham Professor Christina Greer, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Happy New Year
moving forward. All right, it's time for another break.